First up on the docket for the 2022 Clemson offense, we got to talk quarterback play. I mean, that's the question on everyone's mind. How far can Clemson go? It's, well, how much of an improvement are we going to see from DJ Uiagalelei? And I think that's really the question. So, I mean, let's jump onto it. I think there's a little bit of a really emphasis on this from everyone from the outside. I think internally, there's definitely, it seems like some more improvements you want from him for sure, but it sounds like it's more of also just a collective unit. Like the wide receivers didn't play well enough last year. Offensive line was being shuffled around, and you had three different centers, and DJ was hurt part of the year, and just a lot of obstacles he was having to go through. There's just a lot of different factors versus just like DJ isn't good enough. It's not, for me, you see talent there, and I think I'm excited to see what the season looks like, and just because people are expecting it not to be as good. Clemson's ranked as high as fourth in the country, in the AP poll, but other people are just like, well, we'll see it when we believe it. And I think that actually kind of works in like DJ's favor because the talent's there. He obviously, you've been able to catch up. You've seen that he's lost some weight, about 20 pounds, and as Debo's described it, it's not like he was like losing like because he was out of shape per se. It was more of he was toning his body, and making himself a little bit leaner and quicker and just what he was focusing on. And I think that will really pay dividends, especially with extending plays and just being a little bit lighter on his feet. I mean, obviously the accuracy has to improve, and I think that's the accuracy and the touch, I think, especially too, because he's got the arm. It's never been a question about the arm. That will be a big thing. I think also there wasn't any consistency when it came to wide receivers. Like the guys he was prepared to play with, like they were in and out. And, you go into South Carolina on the road with your rival and you're starting two freshmen that are great players, but you just don't go into expecting that with like a freshman running back. And I just think that the Georgia game took a big toll, and it just took a while for them to recover. And you're just trying to grind it out. So he had a hurt finger, hurt knee, and it's not excuses. It's just, I think, just more of just showing them what the reality is. And so I think we'll see an improved DJ. I don't think, last year he had, 600 yards, 9 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. I don't think we'll see that. I don't know. You can't sit here and say now, like, we're definitely going to see we saw at Notre Dame. But I think it's going to be somewhere more in the middle and maybe more towards that. And just how much belief, especially Dabo and this team has behind him, I think is a big deal. That being said, also, too, you didn't really have somebody last year who could really push him. I mean, we had backups, but not someone who could super push to be like, well, there's a legitimate case that he could be made to be starting. And you have that in 5-star quarterback from Austin, Texas, Cade Kublik. And from what I'm hearing from Cade, I mean, I don't think it's fair to right away be like, oh, well, he's the next Deshaun or next Trevor. I don't think that, because those are like generational type players, and that's just really hard to put on a freshman. Like what you saw from Trevor when he was a freshman, it's just, that's not normal. But seeing very good signs from him, and just seeing he's got good accuracy. I like his presence in the pocket, seems to be getting better, and I think just getting his feet more under him. I mean, we saw, that's why you have spring practices and stuff, is you saw some of that just freshmen, and you just get used to the speed of the game. So it'll be very interesting to see how they kind of try to use him and get him some experience, especially you have Georgia Tech, but you have Furman and Louisiana Tech before you have Wake and NC State. So he'll get some plays, but I think it's clear that DJ's the guy. And you want to give Cade that experience in case he needs to come in and do that. But I think just being like, this is DJ's team, and Cade is the future. And then you have also guys coming down the road. But I think also it's just nice having in that quarterback room, you have Hunter Johnson, who's just like I think he's in his 6th year now. But you just have that upperclassman leadership too. So it's a good room. And then you have Hunter Helms and even like Trent Pierman from local Daniel High School. So I just think there's some talent in that room, and I think they'll push them. And I think we'll see an overall improvement from the pieces around him. That will just give DJ better confidence to make it an overall better year. So I feel good about quarterback, but that definitely is one of the things to be looking at, especially we go into the Georgia Tech game.